So Tim Moulton has adjourned from questions this morning, which is happening on Wednesday. Tim Baker's with us. You are fielding almost all the questions, it seems like. I mean, there's a lot of them that your way, but you're under quite a lot of, is it pressure? Do you feel there's pressure? Certainly a lot of people are wanting to know things.
Challenge, I would say, and you know, I knew that was going to be the case, Paul, when I took the DOI job. And if you can't handle that, you shouldn't step into the role. I mean, I saw how Minister Harmer had to deal with various challenges, and you know, I've walked into this job knowingly, with a very clear focus on, you know, really driving things forward. And you're not going to keep people happy all the time.
Well, no one seems to be very happy in there at all. But anyway, it was a lively one,
Certainly.
And certainly the promenade / all that business with the traffic regulations. This is a mess, is it not?
No, it's not a mess at all. We've got a major project going on. It was always going to be disruptive. Anybody who didn't realise that at the start was hugely naive. You know, everybody wants it done. These are the consequences. We've got a fabulous team out there working on it. We've got the best contractors on the island working on it. We've got the MUA, we've got DOI, we've got a lot of effort going in. It's difficult, you know. You're playing this out right on the front on a very long, narrow site. We tried in the early days to minimise the impact on the community. The consequence of that was that the project was going very slowly, making it extremely difficult for the contractor to deliver. With COVID coming along, that reset everything, and we had an opportunity to be a bit bolder, and we released the constraints on the contractor. You know, we allowed them to make the prom one way, we allowed them to work extended hours, opened up much more of the site. It is disruptive. You've got 6 million vehicles a year using that site. Mm-hmm. We've closed it so it's only operating northbound. All the southbound traffic has to go elsewhere.
Perception's everything, and perception is you don't know what's going on, because every day you go back and put a few more cones down, you change that, you make a line longer, you stop people turning this way, another way. You understand what people are seeing here?
Well, people don't understand what they're looking at. For a start, most of the work is under the ground. Okay, so it's all about the services, it's about the water, it's about the high voltage electricity, it's about the future telecoms, it's about the sewage, it's about the fire hydrants. So all of the vast majority of the value is under the ground. Most people don't understand, you know, even how they get water to their property, or to, you know, the way in which electricity works. They're not interested. They don't need to be. It's a service which works on the Isle of Man. We plug in or turn the tap on, it works.
And that's one thing. But let's talk about traffic control. That's what everyone knows about. They know that it's taken them longer to get to work. They know that.
But that was always going to be the case, Paul, because we've made the prom one way.
Yeah.
So 10,000 vehicles onto the rest of the roads in Douglas, it is going to take longer for people to get about. That's an accepted fact. We've never hidden that. Yeah. What we've done is we've done some mitigation measures. Nobody knows what the consequences would have been if the department hadn't taken any action. We've taken some action around certain Indians.
Well, that's an interesting question, wasn't it? Miss Barber said that we don't know what would have happened if you had put all these things in. I mean, would it be worth to have given it a week to see what would happen?
It would have been worse, and everybody would have been criticising the department for saying that we hadn't preempted the issue. We've mitigated traffic flows. We've changed the timings on traffic lights. We've altered some junctions. Everybody can see those things, and they're making the leap that says those are the problem. They're not. They're part of the response to the problem. The problem would have been worse. Otherwise, the problem is that we're getting on with the prom, because we have to get on with it. Otherwise, we've just got an ongoing sore at the heart of Dublin.
Do you take responsibility for this? Because I mean, you've taken it over. Can you dump this on all policies, or are you resting it on your head completely, that this is your choice and with your people in the civil service?
Absolutely, I'm the minister. Yeah. You know, I was in the department before. I worked and supported Ray Harmer when he was the minister. When I was asked to take the role on, I knew where we were at, and I knew that it was a difficult job. It needs somebody to lead this with clarity, with purpose, and with a clear focus. And that's what I'm doing. Right. And I've made it very clear we're going to get the job done. Okay. We're also going to go back and put in the single track horse tramway down to the sea terminal. People have to accept. It's difficult.
Okay, can I quickly ask you about the railways, because that seemed to also come as quite a long, heated debate, especially with the Garth MHK, because of all this situation. You're not going to run the Snaefell Mountain Railway, and yet for a little bit of money, they're reckoning you could. It's the impact it's having, and all that.
So the decision made earlier in the year was that the Heritage Railways were not going to run this year. Okay. what we've done is we've come back and we've listened and we've said, actually, we think we can do something here to support the staycation economy and to reflect the island at its best for the visitors that we've got from Guernsey. So typically people are focusing on the negatives of what we're not doing. Actually, what we are doing is we've come forward progressively and said 4 days a week there's going to be a max electric railway service from Douglas to Ramsey return. 4 days a week there's going to be a steam railway service from Douglas to the south and back. There's going to be the dining cars. So let's take the positives out of it. If we know the Isle of Man's been through a massive challenge through this COVID situation, and actually we're getting on, we're making things happen. Let's look at what we are doing rather than what we're not.
125th anniversary, which won't be celebrated, of course.
Well, I'm not going to go and run a service for one day, open up a railway for 1 day to a premises at the top of Snaefell where there's nothing in there. That's just stupid. So we can look at, can we do alternative ways of celebrating the 125th, but we have to adapt. Everybody's adapted their lives in the last few months to COVID.
Did you expect it to be such a baptism of fire?
To be honest, it is what it is. I knew it was going to be tough, but I'm here to get things done. Chris Thomas said yesterday in Keys that it's about action, not words. I'm a man who's getting things done, and when you get things done, you upset people. It's part of the job.
Well, that emergency question, I think we're over 30 minutes, isn't it?
I think it was 40 minutes the first one. Yeah,
it just shows you how many people were inputting that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people love to criticise the DOI, don't they? It's almost a national sport, and I'm the DOI minister, and I've put myself up there. That's how it is. That's why I got into politics, was to make a difference for the Isle of Man.
And we're only at lunchtime, and you got more to go.
I've got another, I think, 13 questions this afternoon between my DOI role and my MUA role. That's if we get through them all. But you know, we're in a situation where we're at the end of the fourth year. Some people are looking towards the election. Some people are just looking to, you know, get lots of questions dealt with before the summer recess. But you know, I'm about good outcomes for the people of the Isle of Man, and that's what I'm focused on.